Hey boys and girls, it's Wootini from GayGamer.net here with another one of my video podcasts. Back home after PAX East 2012, and oh my god did I need to decompress after that. I have seen some of my friends posting on Twitter and Facebook that this year the PAX had a bit of a time delay. I'm still okay, and it's been a week, so I'm knocking wood that I'm alright. Because, man, there is nothing worse than going to a big convention, having a great time, and then coming back home, and then getting wicked sick. Because of all of the germs. But, I mean, I walk around with a little thing of Purell in my hand, and a lot of the booths will have Purell dispensers there for you. Also, one of the things about conventions is you have to stay hydrated. So I always have a little bottle of water that I keep drinking from throughout the day, and I keep filling up at drinking fountains, as long as drinking fountains are okay, but usually at convention centers they're fine. So I'm constantly going to the bathroom anyway from that, so I'm constantly washing my hands, so I feel like I'm usually okay. So we'll see. I feel like I've escaped it this year, but knock wood again, I'm, you know, fingers crossed, because it sounds ugly. After PAX East, I got back into the swing of things here, back into Mass Effect. I'm still playing multiplayer because I've decided that I really want to get the 100% everywhere. The problem is that doing it now, I feel like I'm only getting like 1% increase, and that's taking a really long, it's going to take forever to get everything up to 100, so I don't know. I may have to just give up and do that achievement after I finished the game. But there is one benefit to playing multiplayer. Because I'm not very good, I usually just help out here and there and all, you know, whatever. I'm usually down at the bottom of the ranking of the 4 people. I think I've gotten as high as 2 one time. I was like the second person. But I'm usually like 4. Occasionally I'll be 3. Because I'm just not that good. I don't have the good equipment. I don't play it enough to get the credits to buy the really good equipment. But there is one benefit to playing multiplayer. When you go back to playing the regular game, which I'm still right at the end of, I think, when you go back to playing the regular game, it's so much easier. The multiplayer is so hard. The actual game turns... I started playing the game again. I was like, oh, let me play some more of these missions and get into the end game. And I'm like, oh my god, this is cake. Dead, because, you know, I've got all the powerful weapons and my powers are really strong and, you know, it's so much easier. I got a couple of new games this week. The first game that I got was, I had a gift card to the Nintendo World Store, and this last weekend, Xenoblade Chronicles came out for the Wii, and it's, you know, this critically acclaimed role-playing game, and I'm like, ooh, I should play that, but I don't have time, so I'll just get it when it's used, later on, whatever. But then I heard that it's kind of a limited run, so instead of being able to get it on the cheap used copies are going to be really expensive. So I said, I've got this gift card, let me just pick it up. So I picked it up, and I bought it, and as you'll notice, it is still in the shrink wrap, and it will remain in its shrink wrap until I finish Mass Effect. Because, damn it, no. Although I'd like to think that Mass Effect is so engrossing that even starting another new game, I'd still want to go back and play Mass Effect and finish it. Like, I can't think of another game that would, like, draw me in so much. Not even Oblivion, Morrowind, Skyrim. Although not Oblivion, because, you know, like I said, I didn't like that one. But, like, even if I tried playing a little Skyrim right now, I don't know if that would still suck me in enough to the point where I'd be like, no, I forgot about Mass Effect, whatever. Because, you know, Mass Effect has a really good story, and you want to finish it. The other game that I got is Spirit Camera for the Nintendo 3DS, which, that came out on Friday the 13th. You know, for a horror game, that's very appropriate. However, when I went into Best Buy on Friday the 13th, having checked the website to make sure that they would have it in stock, and they had it in stock at all the Manhattan locations, on my way home from work, stopped off at Best Buy to pick it up. It wasn't on the shelf. I said, hi, do you have Spirit Camera for the 3DS? And he's like, oh, is that a new game? I said, yes, it just came out today. He goes, checks on the computer, he's like, yes, we do. And he goes back over to the shelf. I'm like, it is not on the shelf. I just looked here. So then he has to go and find it. That takes like 5 minutes. And he comes back with like a stack of them, because he got them out of the back, And I'm like, you realize that these games would sell better if you actually remembered to put them on the shelves, right? I didn't say that, of course. But, oh my god, seriously. The same thing happened to me when I tried to buy the Silent Hill Shattered Memories for the Wii. Like, I feel like that came out on like a Friday or a Sunday or a Saturday or something unusual. It wasn't the Tuesday new release day. Unless it was, in which case that's even worse. But I feel like whenever there's a Nintendo game, they sometimes don't come out on the new release Tuesday, which is when they would be restocking the shelves with the new releases. So I feel like Best Buy doesn't really care and they don't notice, and they're just like, oh wait, did that should go on shelves today? Oops, sorry. So anyway, I turned it on the train ride home, but of course you cannot play that on the train. So it is not the most portable game. So I will not be able to get through it as quickly because I won't be able to play it on my commute. It is very cool. It's very nifty. You basically have a little book, and you open it up, and it uses the cameras on your 3DS, and you look around with it, and, you know, it's like, oh, there's a ghost in the room with you, and you have to look around your room, and there's the ghost, and she explains the story, and then she's like, look in the diary and see if there's a clue, and then you're, like, paging through the diary, using your camera to look, and then sometimes the page will react to the camera, and then you just angle it just so, and then the picture and the page will come to life, and, like, ghosts will appear, stuff will pop up out of it, and bloody writing, whatever. It's very messed up and weird, but very cool. And then there's combat. It's a Fatal Frame game. I did not realize. I thought it was just a rip-off of Fatal Frame. It turns out it's actually just like a spin-off game in the Fatal Frame franchise. And while the game is called Spirit Camera, the story mode game is called Fatal Frame. With some subtitle, I forget what it is. Then there's like some mini-games where you just, you know, do what you do in the story, but like as a mini-game, as like a bonus. And you can unlock more of those. I've only gotten a couple so far. But the actual, like, moving around, finding the ghost, hovering on him, waiting for him to attack, and then zapping him with your camera, that works perfectly fine. And it's very cool that they're in your apartment, or home, or dorm room, or wherever you are. Not the train, because that's awkward. Because you also need to use the diary a lot, and you can't have the diary on your lap on the train and going like this. Like, I just don't see that working at all. I don't even think I'm going to try it. Because I had it on my coffee table, and I was having so much trouble getting the camera to register the diary page. It like kept fizzing out and saying it couldn't see it because if there's too much bright direct light on it, the glare, it confuses it, but you can't have it in shadow because then it doesn't see it. And I was getting really, really frustrated because that part of the game, the technology isn't quite there. Like, it was having a really hard time recognizing the diary, and it was getting really frustrating. I'm sure it'll be fine, and I'll figure out, like, the best place to put it so that the lighting isn't too bad, and then I'll be able to play it better and whatever. But, I mean, so far it's a fun little horror game, and it's very clever. And I love the idea of using the camera. Like, there's a scene you're walking down a hallway, but you're actually, like, using the gyroscope to, like, look around in the hallway as you're moving, you know, and it's a little more immersive, I guess, for a portable game, where the screen is only this big. But that's kind of fun. So I'll keep you guys appraised of that as I play my way through it, and then maybe I'll do a review for the site. Speaking of the site, I went to PAX East, and there's, like, all last week, articles everywhere. Articles about all kinds of games, what I played at PAX East. So please to enjoy, go to gaygamer.net and check out all of the PAX coverage, single-handedly done by me because I was the only one that went this year. And enjoy. And I have some more games to play. I have some more Mass Effect. I want to do some more multiplayer because I'm lame, and I know it's only going to get me 1% more readiness, but every little bit helps. And then I will finish Mass Effect 3 so that I can start Xenoblade Chronicles. But it will remain in a shrink wrap. That is my vow. I will not start it until I am done with Mass Effect 3. That is a solemn promise to you out there, and to myself. I'll see you next week. Bye.